Oh, I have two things to show you today. One is our sweet mother sent me flowers.
Oh,
Isn't that? Yeah.
that
Thanks,
is nice.
Mom.
Thanks, Mom. I
On the
take
back.
candy bars, Mom.
Oh, there you go. Yes.
So,
We're back on video today. Also, this came in the mail. It is not Joey Coffee, but it is the mentor cards from Seth Godin that I bought.
okay, little Seth Godin show and tell.
Yeah.
Do they weigh 20 pounds?
No, it's very light.
You pull out the card, you're
I
like,
know.
"Ugh."
That was so funny. I rewatched that video, and how I was out of breath
Yeah.
holding those. Like that was really funny. All right, it's a little unboxing here. We've got
Ooh,
this.
red telephone.
Whoa. Yeah. Okay. So here's the box.
Yeah, you gotta center it on kind of your
Oh,
person there.
sorry.
There we
There
go.
we go. What does it say? Shuffle
52.
your.
Shuffle your perspective. 52 proven prompts built for Claude AI.
Okay. And then on the back, it says a powerful tool that lets you work with AI to create, decide, and strategize. Sign into Claude.ai first, then follow the simple instructions. Each card launches a personal Claude conversation. The prompts are built on the work of authors, experts, and leaders, and AI has done all the reading. Deal a card, find a topic that resonates, deal another card, play with juxtapositions, and then scan the QR code on the back and lean into a productive conversation. More than a deck of cards, it's a tool. Talk to it. Designed and produced by Seth Godin. That's interesting. I don't use Claude. My friend Kat, she was a heavy Chat GPT user and now has switched to Claude because she aligns more with their philosophy as a company. And
Yeah.
so I'm imagining that Seth does as well. But make it better, and then you open it on this
Oh,
side.
I know that box. It's got a little magnet in there. So watch. Listen, everyone, when she closes it. Just let it close and listen to the snap.
It's a good
Well, it
one.
actually, it's
Did you
funny
hear
is
it?
the microphone, like, it's so subtle on the microphone. Ah,
Oh.
we're trying. We're trying. It's so satisfying in
Here they
person. I'm familiar with that, like, style. Gotta
Here
love.
they are. And then then it's like
Oh, a
a
box in
true,
a
like,
box.
yeah, card deck wrapped in plastic.
Man.
Remember, AI isn't built or endorsed by the people involved. You're talking to a computer that is looking for patterns, not a person. Act accordingly.
There you go.
I love it. And then there's these two things.
Mm.
Who is this? Should I know who this is? I feel embarrassed that I don't.
I don't know. Hold it up a little bit more. No, it just looks like an older man with a beard. At first, I know Seth Godin likes, he's buddies with Rick Rubin. I thought at first it might be Rick Rubin, but that's not Rick.
Well, and here's another, and I don't know if this is the
Oh,
same.
that looks like Vincent Van Gogh.
Okay.
But I could be
Oh, and then on
wrong.
the back here, well, on the back, this looks like Abraham Lincoln, and
Uh
then,
huh.
or Abraham Lincoln. But I don't know who the other people are. I
Yeah.
probably should.
Well, I imagine that if you go on the journey, that you'll maybe encounter quotes by these folks, or, it's the mentor deck, right? So these are some of the
hmm
mentors.
Okay, but this is interesting. So this little booklet says notes to myself, Seth Godin and Claude, July 2025.
Oh,
So I'm curious. There's no other context, but like on the pages, it's like little Seth Godin blog articles.
yeah. Ship the
Um,
work.
Okay. Oh, then on the back it says notes to myself based on a blog post by Seth Godin, additional elements by Claude.ai with help from ChatGPT and Mid Journey, creating the conditions to do work that matters.
Yeah, so I bet all those images are actually created with Midjourney or something.
Yeah, but I just want more information about it looks like there are, hold on, 65 like little articles. Um, oh, hold on. Okay, the last page. On July 10th, 2025, I blogged a list of 65 notes that I thought might help. Oh, there's a typo. Should say might be helpful to others. The response was terrific. Many people made their own lists. Some asked me to turn it into a book. In the spirit of useful experimentation, I sat down with Claude.ai and worked out a prompt that might lead to something helpful. After some very generous back and forth, this is what was created. I changed fewer than a dozen words. The illustrations are from prompts to ChatGPT, and the cover is several days' work with Midjourney. Go make a ruckus.
Okay, that's cool. I love the typo. Like, maybe it means there's a thread of humanity still in the project. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, how fun. Maybe there's even Seth Godin fodder for another podcast time. We could even use one of those prompts and see where it goes. Um,
Yes, absolutely.
that could be cool.
Yeah. Okay. Well, do you want to talk about today's article?
Yeah,
Or what do you think?
and it's long, but it's good. So I think we should read it. And it's one of those that's long enough that we could do like a back and forth.
Okay.
So
Let me pull it up here. Okay, I'm ready.
it's called I'll start and then you can go and then you can throw it back, however we want to do it. So, and now a word from our sponsor.
Pause.
Oh,
There's another typo. It says A now
wait, what?
in the title. It says A now, not and now.
Oh, well, I'm reading mine off of ChatGPT, so maybe it fixed it.
Oh,
Huh?
yeah.
I didn't even
Anyways,
see that.
typos.
Just a quick aside. I saw on LinkedIn not long ago someone posting kind of like uh, complaining about AI, like the usage, like all
Mhm.
these, for like 2 weeks there was like this, at least on LinkedIn, like anti AI posts and stuff. Um,
Mhm.
I saw one that had like several typos where the letters right next so like if you went to your keyboard and just chose a letter, so instead of D you chose S, instead of K you
Mhm.
chose J,
Mm.
and it was like, oh, there's typos in this. So but it was like, no, 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 there's some psychology going on here. There was something about it that was still uncanny valley, that was like they were testing to see what kind of response they would get if they probably prompted something like add typos every now and again to make it feel more, and it just made me
Yeah.
angry. It was like,
Yeah.
oh, anyway, I just wanted to say that because we're in a world where now where people are, and I'm sure you've seen, there's like these meme posts, not a meme as in like a photo or a picture, um, but there have been a couple that like start with, you can tell it's AI if it has the M dash, and then it does all this stuff, and then it's like, and this was prompted or this was written by AI to like, I don't know. There's just people like being sort of trolly about this like authenticity thing right now that's just annoying.
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. It's like, you goobers, just cut it out.
Yeah.
Just go about your work, please. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
sorry.
exactly.
That we paused and then
Yep.
we
Okay.
off ramped. We're gonna get to the
I
blog. Here we
interrupted
go.
you. Yeah. Okay.
And now a word from our sponsor. Not really, just a post about sponsors. Even if you don't run a media company, the way media companies run matters. That's because media shapes our culture and how we spend our time. There are three kinds of ad models, and it's easy to confuse them. The most common and historically powerful is the traditional ad. The media company builds content that attracts us, and then they sell our attention to the highest bidder. You can see the problems here. The first one is that the media company now has two things to focus on, not one. Instead of simply creating value for the viewers or users, they mostly have to create value for the advertisers. They have an incentive to give the users just barely enough content to get them to stay for as long as possible to see as many ads as possible.
Conflict is real, and we pay for it with noise, trite content, link bait, and annoying ads. Those aren't defects in the system, they're logical outcomes of the way it's built. The second model, one that's structurally aligned and elegant, is the classified ad. These are ads that people go looking for. For a long time, the classified ads in the paper paid all the costs of most great metropolitan newspapers. This model was taken to its ultimate expression with the magic of Google Ads, a phenomenon that lasted decades until Google got greedy and broke it. You did a search, you saw an ad about your search, you clicked. There was complete alignment of all three parties. The third model is permission marketing, anticipated, personal, and relevant ads that go to the people who want to get them. It's ads that people would miss if they didn't show up. It doesn't work for all products and all users, but when it's working, particularly for small businesses, it's transformative. You want me to keep going?
I could read.
You-
The reason it's worth thinking about these models is that new tech companies, as they gain traction, often have an important choice to make. One of the things that turned Twitter into a swamp was their ill considered choice to run traditional ads. If, in that key moment before they went public, they had chosen to be subscription based, their user alignment would have led to a very different media landscape. The AI sites are burning money in search of a business model, and given their scale, it must be tempting to simply auction off the trust and attention of their users. But seen through this lens, I hope they realize what an opportunity they would be wasting if they did. When we choose media that has the same goals as we do, it's likely we'll get what we came for.
Yeah, it's really good.
So, what I think we have here is a bit of a classic Seth Godin interruption marketing versus permission marketing, which he kind of made those
Yep.
terms famous, and a bit of a using his platform to get in front of hopefully like how are these AI companies going to really monetize this thing? We've got subscription based that, like we pay for, choose your LLM of choice. But like, what are they going to do beyond that? I think so. It almost feels like he's kind of getting in front of that a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and kind of highlighting some potential accountability there. And I think too on the back end of the tech bubble kind of bursting a couple years ago of just it's harder and harder to become a unicorn with people just paying $25 to $50 a month. So what are they going to do? And that's also interesting of that what we were just talking about with he's clearly favoring Claude
Oh yeah,
um here, which Claude is, a very opinionated point of view on how data should be used compared to ChatGPT. So for people who are very concerned about the ethics of AI, I'm finding are drawn to Claude versus ChatGPT. And I've actually never used well, I might have like right when ChatGPT was coming out, I had heard that Claude was better for like content stuff and I was working in a marketing role at the time. And so I think I maybe had like signed up for a free trial, done a couple things, but like really have not I definitely have attached to ChatGPT and really not because it's not it's now at this point it's a convenience. Like I have so much data inside of my ChatGPT that the thought of starting over somewhere else
switching
feels
costs.
exhausting. Yeah, that's a cost on me, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, an emotional and um laborious cost, not necessarily financial cost, yeah.
yeah. No, same. And I mean, just to be frank, and maybe this is like a shot towards Claude users. I just wish in my opinion, I just wish the UI UX. I just wish it was better for Claude. I would have jumped earlier, but man, I still think the AI moment happened because ChatGPT's UI. It was a
Mm.
UI like success story, and we
Mhm.
all were given a familiar UI to interact with AI. User interface, in case I needed to say that.
Yeah, no, that's good.
But man, I just feel like Claude's aesthetic and UI is just not attractive to me, and I'm a sucker for it. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, and so this is also talking about, I think, how it's shaping us. So like it talks about it almost seems like a cautionary tale to these companies, but then at the end it says when we choose media that has the same goals as we do, it's likely we'll get what we came for. Which in a way kind of harkens back to what does the question of what does it want. Um, so when we choose media, you could almost word it in that similar. When we choose media that wants what we want, then we'll likely get what we came for, or that has the same trappings of incentive behind it. So if you go and interact with media that's built to just feed off and be incentivized by your attention, then you'll probably find that you're the product and you're not really getting as much out of it. I don't know. I feel like I maybe, yeah, processing out loud.
Mhm. Well, okay, I would say, like, from someone who, is thinking about how do you build a brand or build a company, this is why I think micro communities are so helpful right now. So it's a lot more work and harder to project ROI, which is where I get frustrated at owners and executives who just want to know, you know, money in, money out. It's not that simple, but I do think the better long-term strategy is to find those influencers and communities that do, like Seth's whole people like us do things like this, or people like us like things like this. Um, and that is where people are going to that more. Like, it's like, "Oh, I trust Daniel. I like Daniel's vibe. I like the things that he's interested in. So if he likes this internet browser that he's using, then I'm gonna check it out too," or whatever the new thing is. Um, but it's really difficult to know exactly, okay, if we link arms with Daniel, then we're gonna get and we spend $5,000, then we're gonna get $10,000 in return. And so that's where I find that some executives and owners in my experience don't have the patience enough to invest in the communities. Um, or it's a higher ticket item, like a conference or a gathering or again, like, yeah, partnering with someone, it can be more expensive than like paid ads. However, I think longer term, you're gonna see that play out with loyalty and referrals and those sorts of things. So that I'm trying to make it like really practical of um, what he's kind of talking about here, which is that permission based
Permission
marketing
marketing.
compared to like traditional ad would be you're scrolling on Facebook and you get interrupted with an ad or and it's which I mean it's still helpful like and that's where like I feel like social media was the first to kind of bring those two together like with the classifieds you still go to the classified and sort by topic whereas like the what social media can do that is helpful is, "Oh, I'm seeing this ad that is so targeted to me." It's like, "Oh, yeah, I was actually in the market for a new pair of jeans, and now I got served this ad by this cool brand that I actually am gonna buy from them because my algorithm knows what I like and what I value, and so thank you." So I feel like social media is a little bit of both, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, this is definitely a thinker. I think, you know, Seth put a lot out there for us to wrestle with. And it is interesting. It kind of feels like he broke up interruption into two parts versus permission. Usually it's kind of just interruption versus permission marketing, but I don't
Mhm.
think I've ever heard him talk about traditional versus classified. But
Yeah. Well, and I was gonna say maybe we should talk about but, I mean, we're kinda out of time, but also, it would be interesting to explore what would the potential business models be um, of AI. Like, you think about a company like Google, yeah, it originally was like, "Let's just get as many people on the search engine as possible." Then it was, "Okay, we're gonna essentially sell that data to serve people ads." And then it was, "Oh, we're gonna have Google Suite with Gmail and Docs," and, like, that's workplace, and then you had Google Maps, and that's a whole 'nother bit. So, yeah, what will, like, a OpenAI or Perplexity or Claude, what will their businesses become? I don't know.
right, that'd be interesting to see.
Yeah, who knows?
Well, I mean, it's a
Okay,
great
well, I gotta run to
question.
a meeting.
What will Seth
Mhm.
said what become? You get to
Yeah.
speak into that by visiting sethsaidwhat.com and leaving comments on Spotify, on YouTube. Drop a comment, like if you haven't yet, subscribe on
Right?
wherever, and that helps us to know, gives us some feedback as to like what you like, what you're thinking about, and what Seth said what could become. How about that? You
Yes.
like that?
I love it. That was good. That was a good tie-in.
All right.
Alright, brother. Talk to you later.
Bye, Holly.